I'm a wife and a mommy. I'm just happy to be out of the house. Yeah! I didn't even tell my family I was leaving. I just left. Oh, by round of applause, who are mommies? Ladies, where are you? Woo! Yay! All right, you're my people. If we were a gang, we belong in a gang, this would be our gang sign. It'd be like, good. Ladies only, not wives or mommies. Woo! You can clap. Always a happier crowd. Look at you. Woo! Because you're wide awake. Oh my God, you guys are darling. Look at you. What's your name right there?
I'm Abby.
Abby? How old are you, Abby?
I'm 18.
18, everybody. Abby's 18. Abby's this mini. Abby's 18. Oh, Abby, my underwear's 18, Abby. Right there, girl. This is the ghost of your Christmas future. Oh, yeah. You haven't lived until your husband helps you put on underwear like this. My husband acts like he's guiding a plane. Come on, girl, you can do it. Come on, girl. Don't step in the crotch. Remember, you flung yourself across the bedroom. Shut up and help me put on my underwear. Yeah, so I'm a mom, and I'm a real mom. I'm not one of those Nordstrom moms. You know those Nordstrom moms, and they always have kids like named Ashley or Bailey or whatever, and they're negotiating with the baby at Nordstrom's, you know, Ashley, honey, not here. Ashley, honey, mommy needs you to regroup, focus, let's make better choices. Right, I'm a real mom like you ladies. I take my kids to Big Lots, I say, I can spank you here. I'm a real mom. And I have 3 children. Let me tell you about them. So I have a teenager. Right? You can never say the right thing to them. This is all she says to me. That's it. I don't even know what that means, right? And then, or she looks at this. She does this. So one day I got next to her and go, what are we looking at? What are we looking? Oh, that's the roof Mommy and Daddy worked so hard to keep over your head. And then I'll tell her to do things. Hey, can you clean your room? Can you clean your bathroom? Can you help me out with some housework here? And she's like, why are you so obsessed with me? Teenagers. And then I have a middle school boy. Oh, yes, right there, a whole nother breed of people, middle school boys. And remember when they loved you? Remember when they were little moms and they loved you and they would tell you, I love you, I love you. And I would tell my son, I would yell at him, I love you. And he'd go, I love you too, Mommy. And I'd say, oh, Mommy loves you more. And he'd go, no, Mommy, I love Mommy more. So I tried it the other day. He said, I love you. And he goes, I love you too, Mom. I said, I love you more. And he goes, you got me there. And when he was like in 3rd grade, dropping him off to school, I don't know, it was like, he'd just be like, drop me off here, just drop me off here. Don't look at me, just drop me off here. I'm like, what are you, auditioning for The Bachelor? Everybody knows you have a mother, you idiot. Just get out of the car. So, and then he was a kid that had to have the last word on everything. Anybody have one of those kids? Oh, it doesn't make you crazy? Just the last word on everything. You know, do your homework, doing it. Get a pencil, got one. Be quiet. I am. Not another word. K. I live in California in kind of a mountain area, and now and then a little critter doesn't make it all the way across the road, right? And so we were driving, and there was this little dead baby possum in the road. And I go, oh my gosh, look at that baby possum. He goes, why'd you show me, Mom? I'm like, because when his mama said run, he had to have the last word. So I had the teenager girl, I had the middle school boy, and what did I do? What did I do? I had another baby. I had another baby. What was I thinking? That's her name. What was I thinking? No, actually her name, well, see, because I was having a really bad pregnancy. It was just, I'm older now. And so I was just like, ugh. And the kids were just on top of me. They needed stuff. I go, I tell you what, you guys let mommy take a nap and I'll let you name the baby. So it was great. They entertained themselves. I took a nap. They were happy. I'm happy. Baby Aladdin, not so happy. And she's the meanest baby. She's the meanest baby I have ever met in my life. Mean, like even the cat's kind of like, Rawr. And you know, cats sense that kind of thing. So she's a mean baby. And she has a voice like this, Mommy. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding, Mommy. And for Halloween, she wanted to be a princess. And it just looked horrible, her going trick or treat. And my husband's like, why didn't you give her something to go with the voice? Like make her a troll, big hump on her back or something. And why is she mean? She's mean because she's the last kid and I didn't care. And, oh, you don't care. You don't care about the last kid. You do not. First kid, remember first kid? Oh, you were so good to the first kid. Remember? Sterilized everything that went near it, had a baby book. My last baby, there's no baby book, nothing. I mean, there is, but all that's in it is a carrot cake recipe that I put in there. And the page where it says, you know, all the details, you know, born, I wrote, yes, there she is. And remember you sterilize everything with the first baby, everything was clean, and by the third baby, you yank a pacifier right out of a dog's mouth. You don't even care, like, oh, there you go. And she's mean, and she got in her brother's face, and he said, and they're arguing, and he's, you know, he was like a preteen. He's a big kid. He doesn't want to beat up a little gal. And he said to her, if you don't back off right now, I'll pull out all your hair. And she said, I'll pull out my own hair. That's a mean baby. We're all a little scared of her. And so I was having a bad mom day. Do you moms know a bad mom day? Yeah, it was yesterday. And right? Nobody can find anything. It's just terrible. And I would have fights with my husband about it, you know. And he's like, hey, you know, this is what it's like to be a mom. If you don't like it, there's the door. And I said, I think I want the door. I bet people on the other side of the door aren't sticky all the time. I think I want the door. And I was having this bad mom day, and I was waiting for him to come home from work, and he was only 5 minutes late. But let me tell you, husbands and dads, at 5 minutes late, when you're already, you know, because I was waiting for him, like, come on, baby, and he's all, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. You know, I hope she made homemade tortillas today. And those minutes were clocking off like basketball minutes. I'm like, get in here. So he walks in, and I just let him have it. Nag, 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 nag. And then blah, 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 blah. And he goes, whoa, someone had a bad day. I'll tell you what, why don't you go to your room, I'll take the kids to McDonald's, and you just relax. Wow. Did I stop? No, someone was finally listening to me. Nag, 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 nag. Blah, 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 blah. He got a little louder. He goes, hey, why don't you call Yolanda? You guys go get some frozen yogurt, go to a movie, go have fun. I'll watch the kids. Did I stop? No. Nag, 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 nag. And then he got in my face. And he said the worst thing a husband could ever say to his wife at that moment. He looked at me and he said, hey, calm. I know. The men in the room don't even want to say it. Right? I think when you're ready to marry off your son, you have that conversation. Boy, don't ever say calm down, and don't ever say relax, because they won't do it. Right? Or simmer down. Simmer down sounds cute, but it's the same thing as calm down. And I said, calm down? I'm calm. I am calm. And he said, oh, girl, now you're just being crazy. Oh, my sweet darling, you want to see crazy? Oh, I'll tell you what, when you cut into your enchiladas and there's ground glass and Comet in there, guess who went crazy? And then he said something that I did not deserve at all. He said, we're leaving. These kids can stay by themselves and make themselves peanut butter and jelly. You and I are going to a nice dinner. Wow. Now, daddies, you're not going to understand, but mommies will. I was terrible. I really took things out on those kids. You know what? I'm just overreacting. I'll tell you what, let's go to dinner and take the children. I know, I saw the words coming out of my mouth like a cartoon. I was trying to get them back in. So now you know what happened at dinner. Mommy, can you cut? Yeah, mommy, can you pour? Yeah, mommy, can you color? Yeah, mommy, I have to go to the bathroom. Okay, mommy, the whole meal. And I looked at my husband and he looked just as handsome as when the meal started. I had a fork in my hair. And he looked at me, and there were kids hanging off me, and he says, I just realized why you're all worn out at the end of the day, and I'm not. I said, why? And he said, you care. I said, of course I care. There are children, of course I care. I care what they're eating and what they're drinking. Brilliant. My husband's brilliant. And all you daddies in here at Dry Bar Comedy Club, brilliant. Brilliant, you don't care. And like across the country, across the universe, even in the animal kingdom, daddies don't care. A daddy zebra can leave with 3 little zebras across the Serengeti, come back with 2. He doesn't care. Mommy's pretty upset, right? We had 3. What? And here's what I love about dads. Dads makes everything funny, right? Dad makes everything funny when you're watching him. So, he's like, oh, what'd you learn today? Well, you learned how to outrun a cheetah. Right? Or outrun your brother. Dads are hilarious. My oldest popped off at me and slammed her bedroom door on my face, almost took off my nose. My husband calmly went downstairs in the garage, got his craftsman tools. What did he do, Dad? Took the door off the hinges. No mother would ever think to do that. They're like, oh, he's going to be on a psychiatrist's couch one day. Oh, Daddy was just taking it down, singing a song, making up a song about the door coming off the hinges. And then he took it to the other children to knock. Hey, knock on Anna Maria's door. That's funny right there. That's a dad. Brilliant. Brilliant. Mommies, you're out for the night. So you have a little teeny tiny bag, and in your little teeny bag is a lipstick and your phone, and that's it. But during the day, mommies, aren't you rocking a big bag like Mary Poppins? What do you need? You need a drink? Mommy has your drink. What do you need? The book for your book report? Mommy has it. What do you need? Right? Right? Look at the dads, right? Can you pull a string cheese out of your pocket right now? No, because that's a dad. That's a dad, right? What's a Go-Gurt? No idea. It's okay. You're a dad. Dad, right? Capri Sun. Any of you guys? No, because dads let you drink out of the hose, right? Kid didn't eat his dinner. Daddy, what can I eat instead? Breakfast tomorrow. That's a dad. Dad take his kid to a football game, watch him freeze. I'm cold, Daddy. I'm so cold. Daddy, kid's not lying. He's blue. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. And Daddy says, yeah, that's why I brought a jacket. Because, when Mommy said, get a jacket, I listened. And oh my gosh, it's so hot in my jacket. That's a dad. Let him step in. Let him step in and do stuff for you because he can take care of like when you say, come here, ladies, that kid is like, I'm gonna give you 4. I'm gonna count to 4. I'm gonna count to 5. I'm gonna get to 10, right? And when Daddy says jump, they go, how high on the way up, Daddy? Right? Because Daddy means business. Daddy's not afraid to lay down a punishment and follow through. That's a dad. They're amazing. And like I said, they'll make it fun for you, right? Think about when how many moms have had to leave work to go take a kid a lunch? Right? I forgot my lunch. Well, I'll drive through Jack in the Box and get you, right? My husband will just tell the kid, I know, I'm eating it. And they love their dad, and they're not too bright. And so this is what dad does. Think about swimming pools. They can't wait for daddy to get in the swimming pool. When are you gonna get swimming pool, daddy? When are you gonna get swimming pool? Play with us. When are you gonna get in the swimming pool? Oh, after my snack, I'm gonna get in and play with you. And then he'll eat all slow. Oh, almost done with my snack. And they can't wait. Daddy's gonna get in the pool. Daddy's gonna get in the pool. And then daddy gets in the pool and you think, wow. And they're, daddy's in the pool. And then daddy just takes who's ever swimming by, dunks them all the way down. Do it again, Daddy. Do it again. Throw me, scare me, be a shark. Weird. Mummies, how many times have you had to say in your lifetime, no, let's make it a week. Get in the car. Ugh. 1,000,006, get in the car. Yes, you, get in the car. I'm looking at you. Yeah, you, get in the car. Front seat, back seat, I don't care. Get in the car. To school. Where do we go every day? Get in the car, get in the car, get in the car. Right? One time I fell on the ground in the garage, started crying. I said, am I talking out of my big toe? And my little one says, can you do that? Daddies, tell us in unison, how many times do you say get in the car? Once! Once! And then what do? Leave! Drive away! Daddy doesn't care if you had 1 foot in the car. Daddy doesn't care if the backpack made it in the car. If you weren't in the car, let the games begin. My husband will adjust the rear view mirror so the sisters can watch their brother run. Dad. But I think what's going on with women is we don't react the same way, surely as mothers, we don't react the same way as dads, and neither as women do we react the same way as men. And yet they expect us to have these wonderful relationships where we get along. And I think something I can share with you ladies is you do not want to be a man's friend. Listen to me, you 3 little gals. You do not want... I'm schooling you here. I know, because they're taking these young girls on reality shows, and they're like not married and pregnant out here going, I love my baby, I love my baby. I don't have a job or a husband, but I love my baby. Planet are you from, little girl? Babies don't love you. They just take from you and take from you and take from you till you're a bloody spot on the floor. Happy junior year. But women are not the same as men. We're just not, like, ma'am, if you hurt yourself, I'd take you to the hospital, right? And you'd probably take me to the hospital, right? And there'd be no jokes. Go to the hospital. When a man takes another man to the hospital, usually he's part of what happened. There's a show called Tales from the ER. I'm not making this up. It's on the Discovery Channel. Tales from the ER. 3 seasons, people. Men who drink, get drunk, hurt themselves, go to the emergency room. That's the whole show. These guys were drinking and they were spearfishing. Spearfishing is, so you guys know it's on a gun, right? Boom. And this guy's drunk and boom, hits a fish. Brings it in. So far, so good. But then is so excited, boom, relaunches it into the guy next to him. You cannot take a fish out with a spear and pull it out. You're gonna tear up all kinds of stuff in the thigh. So I get that you have to go to the hospital with a fish. What I don't don't get is between the boat and the hospital, apparently they had a little chat. And they stopped at the AM PM for a chest of ice for the fish. Ladies, if you had two friends and they both have the same first name, like Susan, you would tell them apart like Susan Eagleson or Susan Casas or, Susan from book club, right? My husband plays poker with two guys named Danny. There's Big Danny. Ladies, would we ever have a Big Michelle in our group? Would we ever call her and say, Big Michelle? How about you bring that limoncello salad you make with pineapple? Big Michelle? Of course not. Big Danny doesn't say too much about being Big Danny because there's a Fat Danny. Fat Danny will even call going, hey, Deb, I'm coming over for cards tonight. Put me down for one, Fat Danny. I'm like, all right, Fat Danny. Because women would never say anything about weight, right? Say you haven't seen your friend Helen in years, right? Helen's walking in the room. Ooh, Helen has gained 100 pounds. Everything is above the neck, right, ladies? Helen, my goodness, those are beautiful earrings. Helen, is that a new haircut? We don't even look down, right? A man hasn't seen his friend, and that guy walks in. Kevin, you big fat freak, look at you. Oh, man, what'd you do? Eat your family? Haven't seen them around, huh? Eat your kids, get yourself some baby back ribs. Hey, I thought it was an earthquake, but it was just Kevin walking in. Is that an eclipse? No, that's Kevin. And here's what I don't get. Kevin goes, look at it. Kevin will even make it talk. Make me a sandwich. Give me a sandwich. We cannot be their friend. You ever see your husband sitting there and he has said nothing for hours? And we get excited. My husband's thinking. My husband is thinking of all the ways to fix everything going on in this world. My husband is putting together a 5-year plan. My husband is thinking. And then you go, honey, what were you thinking about? And he looks at you and he goes, nothing. Do you know what he was thinking about? Nothing, leave him alone. Or football, right? And even then it's like, I was the star quarterback. I love the way guys think, they're great. I think we just don't give it. You know what it is that we expect them to talk to us and talk. No, men don't talk. They don't talk. Did you know the male brain doesn't even hold the same amount of space for vocabulary? Because God knew you wouldn't need it. How are you? Fine. What's wrong? Nothing. Right? How you doing? I'm tired. Right? Yeah. So, but God bless you men when we talk to you. You ever notice as you're talking to him and talking to him and talking to him and he's listening because he cares? No, because he knows there's gonna be a quiz. That's why he's right there. I'm not saying men are Neanderthals. I love them very much. I do. They don't come with a lot of baggage. I love that they talk to us in their own language. And if you haven't heard it, you need to listen a little more carefully. How about you go home and look at your Valentine's Day cards? I'm sure a lot of you get a beautiful Valentine's Day card every year. And you're reading it, and it's beautiful. It makes you want to weep, right? And you're reading it, and at the bottom it says, love, Bob. Really, Bob? That's all you could think about to write on my Valentine's Day card was love, Bob? Bob, did you ask me for a pen so that you could sign love, Bob? Probably. Here's what you did not see, ladies. On Valentine's Day, not a day sooner, on Valentine's Day, get yourself a tea, get yourself a coffee, go walk into the card stores and watch men. They're working. They're not talking to each other, they're working. And sometimes they find a card that... No funny card. And if you stay there long enough, you see a guy get a card and he says, wow, this is my girl. How did this guy know everything about my girl? How did he know who she is as a wife and a mother and a friend and a neighbor? He even captured who she is as a daughter-in-law. Wow. I could not write one more thing about my wife. Love, Bob. Thank you and good night.